Hello, everyone. Welcome to Find Ways to Win. I am your host, Fitzgerald Stevens. I hope everyone is refreshed. I hope the weekend has been gracious for you. Hope you got some much needed rest and be able to spend some time, much needed time with families, doing some activities you love and bring refreshment to you. And hope you reached out and touched an old friend or two, maybe gave them a call to check on, and hope someone did the same for you. We are going to talk tonight about the power of your decision. The power of your decision. Now, why is a decision so critical in life? Because when a individual person decides that something is going to go a certain way in their life, and they make a decision to do it, and they set their heart, their mind, their spirit, their soul, and every fiber of their being to make the definitive proclamation that this will happen. I will be, I am already. So things begin to move in their lives to line up with that. Now, it is a difference between a wish and a decision. It's a difference between hoping and a decision. A decision is an active engagement. Keep that in mind. An active engagement. You are saying no more. This stops now, or this is going to be where I'm going. I will be at this point in my life, or I will not allow this to continue no more, or I will change my life right the heck now. The decision is put you when you put your will, your heart, your body, everything in it. You don't care. You don't care who is supporting you. You don't care who is against you. That is an affirmative decision. And you actively start putting steps to it, start moving towards that, start getting about it, start doing the work. A decision, when you have a definitive decision, it powers you to get up. It powers you to press through. It powers you to go ahead and get the necessary ingredients that you need to do to cause what you have spoken in your life to come to pass. Now, everything we ever will become, and everything we already are, is because we made a decision for it to be so. Sometimes not making decisions is a decision within itself. And I'm not talking I'm not those type of decisions cause you to be haphazard. It just causes you to float like a water tube down the rapids of life. It just take you anywhere that it decides for you to go. That type of decision often involves not doing something that you know you should be doing, procrastinating, or wholeheartedly not engaging. No, if you're going to change your life, you have to change. You have to set a decision to make. You have to set a decision to make something happen in your life. You have to make it happen. You are your own lifeguard. You are your own lifeguard. Sure, the Most High will send people to help support that. We'll send people to help to help undergird you. We'll send people to encourage you. Only when you make a decision, though. If it's a wish, if it's a wish that you're not committed, or you're half-hearted committed, why should you get support? If it's a hope and you're not actually working on it, why should you get support? I will I will make more money. I will have a better relationships. I will have better health. I will be able to travel. I will be a multimillionaire. I will be peaceful and strong. I will find positive associations of positive people who are going to help me grow in my life. I will be great. And you start to move. You start to change what you're currently doing. Your decisions start to align with that your actions to start to align with that decision. Everything about you, you live, you breathe, you think it, you dream it, you taste it, you smell it, you feel it, you envision it. And then you keep doing engaging in the work. You keep applying massive action towards that goal. You start cutting things out of your life that don't support your decision, that don't support where you're trying to go, that doesn't support the conversations that have no business being in your life. You change them. You start having a whole nother different self-talk. Everything that comes out of your mouth aligns with that. You don't speak doubt anymore. You don't go half measures. You don't go with half speech. One day you're cold, one day you're hot. You're constant and steady flowing towards your goals. Now, remember, I said everything that we are and everything that we ever will become is the result of our decisions. We're setting our mind to do something, setting our mind for the purpose of bringing what we want to pass. God has given us this beautiful gift called imagination. And actually, we can see something in our mind and we can see it in our heart before it actually materializes. I submit to you, if you don't see it in your mind and you don't see it in your heart first, it's not going to materialize. It doesn't cost money to do that. You don't have to attend a prestigious university, a top tier university, a Yale, or Oxford, a Cambridge. You don't have to attend that. You don't have to be born in a wealthy family. You don't have to be born with a private trust account like that. You decide. Your imagination can transverse the universe. It really can. Anywhere you decide to go in your imagination, you can literally be there. I study self-help, and I study programs that help get my mind in great order, get my mind in working order. I listen to the music that puts me in a state of creativity, a state of peace, because you can only create in peace, never chaos. And so and there's things I have decided in my life. I came from a small farm background in Southeast Alabama, and I wanted to go to college, and I wanted to go to the flagship college, the University of Alabama, and I set my mind to do it. Now, I didn't really have the grades. Although I was most students most likely to succeed in high school, who's who among American high school students, I had a weakness in my game. I did not know how to take standardized tests, so I bombed on the ACT and I bombed on the SAT. And so rather than give up on my dream of going to the University of Alabama, I went to another school. I went to Alabama State when I was a freshman. They didn't really put a lot of emphasis on the ACT or the SAT as it was called back then. And so I went in there and as 18 years old and got enough credits. And then I transferred to a small junior college. It was called George C. Wallace down in Dothan, Alabama. And lo and behold, I had enough credits to finally make a transfer over to the University of Alabama in my sophomore year back in 85 rather. I was able to transfer over there January of 85, and I was finally a student at the University of Alabama. Well, God in his grace allowed me to graduate from there in 1988, and I went to the school where I wanted to be. I was exactly where I wanted to be. And it was tough sometime in there because the academics was really real tough. And, I wasn't as disciplined as I should. I had all this freedom as a young man and didn't really quite know how to do with it. I thought I was supposed to have more fun in college than I was to study. Well, that turned out to be a recipe for disaster, but nevertheless, I can look on the wall to the left of me right now, and I can see my BS degree that says the University of Alabama with my name under, because I decided I was going to be a Bama grad. I decided, that I was going to graduate from that school. And I did. God made the way. God opened up doors for me, and and people supported me, and my parents supported me, and my two younger brothers supported me, and my best friend Jim Zigmond and supported me. I had all kinds of friends I was able to make along the way at Alabama. Some of them are very close to me to this very day. It was a decision. I decided the same thing happened when I decided I was going to get my first home, and many other things that have come about by making a decision. What we are choosing daily, we are making decisions daily. We are going about that, and the most decisions that we come upon is that we're forfeiting. We're But some of the decisions, unfortunately, are due to our inaction. So our inaction sets events in motion, and is a decision within itself. You have got to tell life what you want it to do. You only get one. You only get one. So you got to maximize it to your best. You got to maximize it to your full potential. And you got to give life a roadmap of where you want to go. That it's called a plan, a written plan. Listen, if you're going to open up a business and you have this great business idea, and you decide you're going to get funding from a bank, and you go down to the local bank or even a private investor, the first thing they ask you is, show me your business plan. They want to see how well this is thought out. They want to see where you're going. Have you dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's? Have you done do you have a blueprint that they can look at to see if this is worthy of investing in? Or is it well thought out? Can it be articulated? Is there a market for this? And many of the hundreds of other questions. That's before they decide to give you any lending, or based on that business plan, they may not give you any at all. And so your life is much more important than a business. Although a business could be one component of, you have so many other things in your life. You have your health, your spiritual well-being, your family, your personal goals, many of the things you want to accomplish. Where's your plan to get it? Have you decided that you're going to do a course of action that's going to propel you forward, or you're just waiting for life to happen to you instead of you happening for life? Now, let's contrast that with a wish. I hope things work out. This is the conversation of a person who, a wisher, should I say. I hope things work out. Maybe they will work out. Well, we'll just have to take it day by day. We'll see we'll see what happens. Oh man, I hope we get lucky, and I hope things. I hope things just go good for me. Maybe I'll find a $100 bill in the grass walking to work, and all these superficial things. It's just all. You might as well be sitting out there just throwing your life up in the air. And that's the equivalent of being a farmer, driving down the highway, open up your hands and letting a whole bunch of seeds. Well, maybe some will fall in good ground, but you're not really. But maybe some will produce, but the majority of your seed is going to be wasted because it's not surgical. It is not planned. And that is why it's so important to have a written plan that you're looking at daily, that you're molding in your mind, that you're constantly going over, that you're constantly reevaluating, that you're constantly tweaking. You have to know where you're going, ladies and gentlemen. You have to know where you're going, and you have to decide to work that plan. That's the optimum word, work. So many people they do put the pen to paper. They do make the right positive affirmation and the right positive confessions, but they seem to understand that they don't seem to understand they have to really work. You have to work twice as hard as you plan, maybe even 3 times as hard as you plan. It's okay to have a decision, but if you're not putting action to it, don't expect anything to come to pass. You gotta have tenacity. You have to have the ability to keep pressing through. Perseverance, someone may call it. Guts, not giving up. Fighting through the fire. You gotta have that, because you know what? That plan is going to be tested. Things are going to test you. It's going to see how bad you want it. Life is going to see how bad you want it. And life can send you obstacles, whether through people, events, health challenge, or anything else like that. How bad do you want it? The key to working towards that is to keep your eyes on your goal and keep your eyes on the decision that you have made, consistently doing something every single moment that you can, and pretty soon you're going to be walking in that. You're going to be feeling it. You're going to be tasting it. You're going to be in that house. You're going to be in that great relationship. You're going to be traveling the world. You're going to have mighty streams of residual income. You're going to be free. You're going to be living a lifestyle that other people can only dream. And they're going to ask you how you got there. And some people are not going to believe you when you say, well, I made a decision and I went to work. I made a decision. I went to work. Yeah, but it can't be that easy. Tell me some great secret. Or the other people I made a decision. I went to work and I kept working until it came to pass. Then you're going to have the other group of people. They're going to say, well, she got lucky. He got lucky. Just things happen to them, they just had a great break, and and just things just fell their way. That's the conversation of a wisher. Just things just fell their way. Does a plane just take off and just land at its destination? Would you board a plane and the pilot tell you, I don't know where we're going. I don't know when we're going to get there. I don't know if we got enough fuel to make the trip. Man, I don't know if I'll be able to fly through if bad weather conditions. You'd be like, security, let me off this plane. Let me get a pilot who is confident. Let me get a pilot who knows where he's going. Let me get a pilot that knows where they're going. Let me get someone who is capable of getting me there. You are the pilot of your own plane. You decide where you're going. You decide when you're going to get there. You calculate whether you got enough fuel, whether your vehicle to get you there is properly sound. Can it stand the task? Your vehicle is your heart, your will, your ability to work, your ability to set your focus and your mind to the task and not giving up. What if that pilot would have said, okay, well, we're in the middle of the air. Let's just go back to the other airport. Let's just put it down here. Might be putting it down in the sea. Might be putting it down in a landing strip you don't want to be at. So that talks about not giving up. That pilot is totally focused on where he or she is trying to go. And that's the difference between people who make decisions and people who make wishes. What do you want? Where do you want to be? Do you have definitive, written, measurable goals? 10-meter targets, 10 yards, first down, and pretty soon you're going to be in touchdown. It just works that simple. Don't let life decide for you. Tell life where you want to go, and you tell life where you want it to go by your actions, your attitude, and your focus. Not getting out of your own way. Understanding that you play this game to win. I repeat again, you have but one life. No one else can live it for you. Don't drain your life and don't waste your life on doing frivolous activities that will get you nowhere. Decide to be great. It takes the same amount of effort to decide to be great as to decide to be mediocre. It takes the same amount of effort to decide that you're gonna have great health, or you're just gonna be all out of shape and sick and just and horrible to your body. The same dang will turns either one of them on. The same decision. The person who decides that, I don't want a good body, they eat anything they want. They don't work out. They don't get proper rest. They abuse their bodies, with the wrong foods, maybe even drugs and too much alcohol. All these things that are detrimental to this one temple that God has given us. And then they wonder in the later years, why they have all these chronic pains and why they have all this compromised health. Then there's another guy, he decides like, you know what, I want to go to Olympics. I'm gonna be a great Olympic athlete. I'm gonna bring the gold medal. They're different. That individual is different. They eat different. They sleep different. They don't abuse their body with crazy honest. They don't do anything to hurt themselves. They don't do anything that's going to give them less than peak performance out of their body, because their goal is to win the Olympic medal, the gold. Their goal is to bring the gold. That's how you have to look at life, ladies and gentlemen. You have to look at this, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your mental health and your mental well-being. You have to look at every facet of your life, and you have to ask yourself, is this activity, is the decision that I have made so far, a bunch of these little micro decisions, are they supporting my ultimate goal of where I want to go, where I want to be? And if they are not, eliminate them. Cut them out. Well, say, Fitzgerald, that's hard. That's hard. Which is going to be harder? No, cutting out things that will stop you from getting your goal or not reaching your goal. You see, you only have you to blame. You only have you to look up to. But if you accomplish your goal, you're the first one in basking in glory. If you don't accomplish your goal, you're the first one to bask in the bitter taste of disappointment. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? There is power in your decision. Use it. You have the choice. No one else can make that choice for you, and no one else will make that choice for you. You are an adult. You are an intelligent human being. You are more than capable of steering the rudder of your own life. Don't give that away. Don't give that away to chance. Don't give that away to circumstances. Yes, bad things do happen to good people. Challenges are going to come. Disappointments and setbacks are going to come. But that's the power of decision. If you have made a decision, you push through that. You keep going. You just realize that's just part of the package, because that's going to be temporary, provided you keep going. Provided you keep going. So I have learned by being in sales and building businesses and working jobs and just going out there doing things and trying to better my life. I've learned the biggest thing that an employee looks for, besides is perseverance and character. What does it take to make you quit? Sports, that's one of the number one things with it. What does it take to make you quit? Are you committed to reaching your goal? Have you made a decision to win? Or are you just glad to be there? Because if you made a decision to win, you're going to practice hard. You're going to prepare. You're going to know the playbook. You're going to discipline your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit. You're not going to do certain things that's going to short circuit you. Because if your goal is to play on a next level, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, if it's to play on the next level, you're not going to do silly stuff that's going to short circuit that. If your goal is to get advancement, to build a great career, get advancement on your job and stuff, you're not gonna just come to work any kind of way. You're not gonna come drunk. You're not gonna come high. You're going to show up on time. You're going to learn the playbook. You're going to learn the procedures. You're going to learn what you need to do to stand out. That's your decision. Why? Because you want to get promoted. Why? Because you want the prize. Why? Because you want the accolades to go with that. But if you're sloppy in your endeavors, you're sloppy with your behavior, you're sloppy with your time management, you're sloppy with your consistency and persistency, you will not achieve your goal, and you will be passed over by someone who put in the work that you refuse to do. Ladies and gentlemen, it really is that simple. Life is not complicated at all. You decide where you want to go. You decide where you go. You get a vision that you've already achieved it, and you set the work in motion until you achieve it. You get you a good support group. You hold yourself accountable. You eliminate every excuse out of your playbook, because no one cares about the excuses except you. They only work for you. They don't work for anyone else. They don't work for anyone else. My youngest brother taught me that. And you have to be about your business. You have to be about your purpose, because while you're sitting around trying to figure it out, waiting around, hoping that things are going to happen, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. You're a minute older. You're 5 minutes older. You're an hour older. You're a month older. You're a year older. You're 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and it's going by right just like that. And the time is going to go by whether you do something with it or not. And it's moving so fast, I remember being a small boy. I was probably 7 to 8 years old at a little church in Mount Vernon, Ohio. And I remember my biggest wish was to have my feet touch the floor. We used to have those church pews, and I was so little back then. I will get to the end of the bench pew, and my feet couldn't touch the floor. They'd just swing over there. And I said, man, I really just wished my feet would touch the floor. Well, my feet touch the floor every day, because I better be out there doing work. I better be out there doing motion. I better be driving somewhere, going somewhere, picking up this phone, making things happen, doing these streams, building my networking business, trying to figure out my residual incomes, trying to make myself valuable and better, trying to overcome disappointments and setbacks and keep persevering. I better be doing something if I want to reach my goal. And I have a clear goal of what I want to do. And yes, I have it written down. And yes, I work it. And yes, I'm going to achieve it. Sometimes you just gotta having your idea, having your mind, it's going to happen when I decide it's going to happen. And I know that I'm working every day. I'm doing the action with my goal. Then I'm making it happen. And pretty soon I'm going to walk in it. You act different. You think different. You speak different. You talk different. Learn the difference between being committed and being hopeful. Learn the difference, of having laser focus or just if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Get that conversation out of your mouth. Dare to be great. Make decisions that's going to propel you for greatness. You want to build a great ministry? Well, with the help of the Most High, hey, but you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work. You want to build a great business, or you want to build a great body. You want to build a better relationship, a better marriage, a better LTR. Well, you're going to have to do the work. Now, I will admit that sometimes when you have other people involved, especially in the areas of relationship, if they're not willing to do the work and you're going to fail. Not because you didn't do your part, because they didn't do their part. So sometimes you got to be careful of who you're actually teaming up with when you decide to do these partnerships, business or personal. You gotta know something about the other character, other individual involved. But I'm specifically talking about self goals, individual goals. That is on you. When you hit the ground in the morning, are you thankful or are you complaining? Are you jumping up with energy? Or are you jumping up, woe is me? Are you enthusiastic about another day of life that God Almighty has put his breath in your body? Or are you just like going on like, man, I can't believe things are so bad? What's your attitude? What's your attitude? Because it's going to be hard to act like a winner and make winning decisions when you have a stinking attitude. How much does it take you to quit? Do you have a set time limit that, hey, if this happens right here, I'm going to quit? Especially if it's something you really want, do you have a line that you're going to quit? No. Things get tough. Do you quit on your marriage? Things get tough. Do you quit on your job? Do you quit on your dream? You quit on your company? Do you stop building your networking business? Do you stop building your business? because things got a little tough, only to watch someone else run by you and do the exact same thing that you could have did. The only difference is they didn't give up, but you did. You know, respect your decisions. No, when you make your decision, when you firmly make a decision, you'll know. It will give you a fire inside. It will energize you. It will light you up like nothing else can when you make a decision. Now, when you make a wish, well, you can go back to sleep. When you make a wish, if it get done, it get done. When you make a wish, well, maybe it happened, it don't. When you make a wish, well, we'll just see how it works out. That's the difference. But when you make a decision, I will. Those are words that come out of your mouth. I will, or I am. Those are creative words, creative power words. And then you set yourself in motion and you start doing work. You set yourself in motion. You start doing work. See, the work is what gives life to the decision. The actions, the right actions at the right time, consistent, positive action, working till you get the breakthrough. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. Love coming into your living rooms and talking to you wherever you are in the world. Appreciate you so much. Ask that you hit the like and share, and please subscribe to this channel. We're trying to build something great here because this will be a great channel. You know, my goal is to eventually get to 1 million subscribers. You know, that's what I want to do, and that's what I will do. So I'm putting it in motion, but I better believe I'm going to get up here and make the content, try to bring better content. I welcome ideas as far as for subject matter to speak on. But hey, you know what? At least we're sitting in motion, and and I just made a decision. You could do the exact same thing your life. The question is, will you or will you not? Hey, everyone, enjoy your evening. Have a fabulous week. Get out there and get about it. Go out there and get about it. Get fired up about life because you only have one. Thank you. This is Fitzgerald Stevens and Find Ways to Win. And we certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks.